Good.
Good evening and welcome to the continuation of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season number 3. I'm Adirondack Rick, being joined by Drosy1, and we present to you the second match between Opt Got Good and the Bomb Squad. And here's Drosy to tell us about the runners.
Well, we have SirLinkalot for Op Got Good, and as you can see by their total points count, so far they haven't got good, so they're trying to change that tonight. Meanwhile, Synack with the Bomb Squad, along with my co-com here, who I'm sure will be completely impartial in the booth, they are currently 2-3, so a win here would put them at the 500 mark for the first time this season.
Yeah, it was a really rough start to the season here for the Bomb Squad, getting Pug Trio in the first week, Andy and Futon in both of the co-op races, and then the last week, getting Farami and Kyung. Fred got us on the board with the win.
Yeah, so far both of your wins have been Fred, including that last game where his execution was just insane, considering how behind he was after he spent several minutes forgetting to check Hype Cave.
Yeah, it was an Aghanim required seed, and kind of forgot that the hammer gets you across the bridge over the Hype Cave. Now, thankfully, he was able to figure it out, and it turned out that while Alex was able to get some key information about the seed, the Fire Rod in the first 4 of Thieves Town helped to get Fred back on track, where he ended up using that towards his advantage. He got into go mode first, and that's why right now we're sitting at this stage in week 3, 2-3 for the Bomb Squad, 0-5 for Opt Good Got Good. Can we go ahead and see Opt Good blah, 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 get their first win, or whatever the case might be? We're underway. Here we go.
Why did that soda have a skull on it?
Well, we're going to find out real soon as we get the first item inside of Link's house, and that turns out to be a piece of art. By the way, Synack shouting out SG Live, which begins in all of 4 days over here on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2. We have plenty of time to talk about both of these runners and the teams that they represent in just a few moments, but let's see what we have at the Uncle, Drosy.
Just 20 rupees there, but it's kind of fascinating. You can't swing your sword before you talk to Uncle, but you can still dash through bushes as though you were swinging your sword.
Yeah, you can use that to your advantage to try to get through the first section faster, knowing that you can go through the bushes even if the sword isn't being extended from Link's hand at that point. As we get into the castle, let's go ahead and talk about both of these teams. Let's start off with Opt Got Good. SirLinkalot being one of the members of this team. Who are the other?
Well, we have Nilsson Alex, who, as we discussed, was in that previous match. And then we have... Hold on one second. We have Wallkicks, who has not been seen since week 1. He's taking a bit of a breather, says he'll be back around week 4 or 5 after Speed Gaming Live and everything. Yeah, they went up against the Titans Mitts, or the 2019 Titans Mitts of 2019 in the first week, and then went up against Error 216 in the second week, and just have not managed to put a W on the board yet against those teams.
And it's really, really difficult to get a win on the board in this league. I mean, these divisions, they're really, really stacked.
Yeah, that's what I really like about the Invitational League. You know, every team's in it. We only have 2 undefeated teams left, and we're only halfway through week 3. That's out of 32 teams total.
Yeah, that's showing off the parity of this league right now. One of those teams being the Pug Trio.
Not anymore.
Oh, that's
they lost earlier
news.
tonight.
Spoilers. In that case, they ended up no longer being defeated. Anyway, so we get ourselves, the princess, now make our way on out of here, and both of these runners are even as we make our way upstairs. See SirLinkalot going with a little bit of a dash strut versus Synack just walking. Not much of a difference in that regards.
Yeah, they are very well synchronized. But in terms of teams we've mentioned who are still undefeated, the 2019 Titansmiths of 2019, who swept Got Good in week 1, are now 5-0.
Yeah, that's really strong for that team, and getting themselves a few wins against some very top teams in the division will put them in good position as we get back from the SG Live break coming up in a week and a half with the spoiler key Sanity.
Yeah, that'll be a definite shift because, here we are seeing casual boots this week. Speed Gaming Live itself will be featuring open boots mode, and then we'll just be totally shifting into spoilers when we come back with the league.
Yeah, in fact, this week here is going to be the last of the what you would say to be the normal modes of Link to the Past Randomizer, because next week, or week 4, when we get back from SG Live, is going to be the spoiler key Sanity. Then it's Mystery Week.
Yeah, and that will be followed by AD Keys, which has been a popular mode lately, All Dungeons Key Sanity.
And then a co-op Randomizer to wrap things up in week number 7.
Yeah, Randomizer co-op will be interesting because then you'll have to, in addition to communicating item locations to your partner, you'll also have to communicate, which dungeon has which boss.
Now, interesting that SirLinkalot was trying to kill a few rats to try to get maybe a bomb chance, maybe some rupees. Unfortunately, the key rack going away from Synack, so he ended up losing a little bit of time there himself. Now, no bombs for either of these runners, but with the boots, you don't have to worry about that bomb aspect for this wall.
And let's see if there's anything here. Okay. Ah, the Moon Pearl. That was also a very red room.
Now, these runners are going to want to get some bombs when it comes time for Kakariko Village.
Well, they're almost at 50 rupees, so they can buy it worst case. Could also be on a tree pull. I'm sure they'll both try a tree pull when they get out of here.
Or it could be underneath the bush crab. 530 out of the escape for SirLinkalot, and then 533 for Synack. And we end the Hyrule Castle portion of this with 20 rupees as we make our way on over towards Hyrule Castle. And all runners want to remember that they can go into the Bonk Rocks because that's considered in logic here with the casual boots.
Yeah, it's also nice the casual boots takes escape down from the usual 6 minutes to 5.5.
And there are our bombs right there instead of the Bonk Rock, so we don't have to worry about the well or the chicken coop or the back of Blind's hut. So let's make our way on over towards the Lumberjack, see if whether or not Aghanim is going to be required in this seed.
And again, with those starting boots, there's really no reason not to check Lumberjack.
SirLinkalot finding out that the tier 2 tree pull turned out to be the blue rupees. And we find out that it's 20 rupees at the Lumberjack. You're not going to defeat Aghanim for 20 bucks.
No, though you might need to defeat him for Dark World access. We don't yet know where we can find a glove and either the other glove or the hammer.
And we get ourselves a few bonks into the seed, and we get ourselves a shield as the first thing, and both runners are saying no to it. We do see that the tier 1 tree pull is 10 arrows, not necessarily a great find.
And there's another 10 arrows, and Sir Link doesn't even want to bother. And
yeah, why bother? He's already got 10.
And no bow. And those 3 bombs we got in Bonk Rocks will be enough to get us through all the checks in Kakariko. Another nice advantage of starting boots is we know we can get the library item if we want it. You don't necessarily want to see the lamp this early, because that might be pointing towards an Agaseed. Synack, did you get what was in the back? I think Synack skipped the back, not that it was anything important, but that could have been problematic if it had been.
Yeah, that was completely an interesting moment there in Synack's time. We'll see if he remembers it at some point, or if he just completely continues on here. But we do get to see that we find Blue Mail in the back of the well.
Ooh, and there's a bow. Okay, so... And a cape! So, Master Sword and cape, one way or another, Aga is now in logic.
Yes, it is. So now we can go and deal with Aghanim and head on over to the Dark World if we choose to do so. Now, getting both the cape as well as the Master Sword right in the same location kind of gets your... you start to feel the seed, and the seed does not feel good.
On the other hand, the bow and the lamp put Eastern entirely in logic, so I'm sure these runners will do that, and we haven't actually seen a map check from either of them.
Watch Eastern be a pendant. $20 rupees in the back of the tavern. And it's time to head on over to the library. It is not, but we do have two pendants in the light world. Hera turns out to be the green pendant and red pendant over at the Desert Palace. Synack now taking a look at his map as well, going into the library, and we find 20 rupees, which we do not need.
We've been finding a lot of 20 rupees. And Synack's gonna go straight for the brace game, while Sir Link will see what the reward is first. Sir Link turned out to make the right call.
So Synack's going to find out that information real soon, but SirLinkalot will take this advantage and head on over towards... It looks like he's following that bow plus the lamp and heading on over towards Eastern Palace right away. Let's see where Synack ends up going.
I don't blame him. I was actually thinking that given that they know Eastern's in the cards and Synack's doing the same, that's 6 more items, 3 in Saha's hut and 3 in Eastern itself.
SirLinkalot opting to use a bomb to get into the back 3. You can also dash into the rock as well, and we find ourselves one of our glove upgrades right there.
So that's interesting that we did get that Aga Care package, but we are now either a second glove or a hammer away from Dark World access. And that also means we can do a couple of checks on Death Mountain, though without either a mirror or a hook shot. I don't think the runners are going to rush off there.
No, they're not. SirLinkalot of Good. This is his 3rd appearance so far this season in the league. Wound up joining Wall Kicks in one of the co-op all dungeons. Ended up losing to Dancy and Edium, and then was together, or rather facing off against Big Dunko, who's a real tough opponent. Last week against Error 216.
Hey, and that's a lot of money, and that glove put Zora in logic, so I wonder if we will be seeing Zora sometime soon. Probably in conjunction with fake flippers to check other locations around there.
Meanwhile, for the Bomb Squad, this is Synack's 2nd appearance. Did not play last week in the open mode. Was joined by me, and we ended up losing to Andy and Futon in week number 1.
Sir Link did not quite get the quick kill there, but at least he despawned a couple of the Stalfos. Let's see how Synack does in that room.
SirLinkalot checking the big chest, and we find ourselves with the 20 rupees.
So I think that was all 3 items. Yeah, which makes sense because 3 runners are going straight to the back after that.
Yeah, the 300 rupees was in the first chest, a piece of heart, and then this, and Synack taking a look at his inventory, he says, nope, I don't need to do anything else. So as far as the bowl is concerned, it's just a complete Eastern Palace, which most cases, that would get you thinking a little more deeper about the Palace of Darkness when you get access.
And I think it is, I once checked it out, it's like a 1 in 12 chance of getting a God Eastern where you have the big key and all 3 items and can therefore safely not go to the vanilla big key location.
Interesting manner of killing there for SirLinkalot, but he does do what he needs to do. Synack needs to grab some arrows, and he's going to have a maximum of 23. So he's got to be a little sharp with the bow at this point in time, and let's see how his Armos Knights go. It's going to go with the bottom strike here as well, and SirLinkalot does a save and quit, and now it's time to check the South Shore area.
It's always nice, though, when you can get your first crystal before the 15-minute mark.
And the beautiful thing about having the boots and the moon pearl is you can lump this Zora check together with a couple of sequence break checks.
Unfortunately, without either the mirror or the hook shot, they have to go through here the dam twice, as, you know, the game intended them to if they want to both check the outside item and get the chest.
Well, there's your
Speaking of
mirror. So you know those checks that you're talking about up on the mountain? We've just added a couple more with the Tower of Hera.
Which is now full clearable and a green pendant. So for all we know, Sahasrara has progression. So Synack picking up his mirror now as Sir Link makes it into the back of Mini Moldorm Cave. Oh, there was either a sword or our boots that oh, it must be the
It's got to be the boots.
boots, right, because we could only see that for a sword if we already had butter.
Synack
So, hey,
falling down the hole.
If this weren't a casual boot seed, we'd have had boots at 16 minutes anyway.
Could have had it sooner if they went here first before they went to Eastern, but they made the right call going to Eastern. You have a crystal that you can do the crystal. Maybe you might get Dark World access that way. And there's our tempered sword inside of the Ice Rod Cave.
Sir Link is trying to arm a water walk, but going a little bit too far over the edge. Third time's the charm.
You want to go a third try with that statement? So storing the water walk here means that he can go ahead and dash on here, and because of the fact that he does not have the flippers, means until he leaves the water, he's going to be into this dash state. Now, it looks like he's opting to go over towards the hobo, and Synack's going to do the same thing.
Now, Sir Link will lose his water walk when he leaves the hobo, and he'll have to fake flipper from there.
Nice prize there from the hobo, getting all the 3 bombs for that. And Synack now heading on over towards the hobo as well. These two will do a high five, and we will see SirLinkalot heading over towards the Zora area to complete the checks over there.
Okay, so now being out of water walk mode, we have to swim into the cave, swim back out, at which point the game checks for the moon pearl rather than the flippers and says, okay, you're good, you have the moon pearl.
And we find ourselves a red boomerang. That's vanilla. Or one of the locations where you can get it.
That is. I mean, in terms of what's officially being shuffled from there, yes, the fire shield and the red boomerang would be vanilla. And that is our first bottle that we've seen, but it is out of logic.
Yep. It still makes you go,
Yeah, if you stored a water walk, you could get there, though. Yeah, with that mirror, we can get the old man item, we can get in Spec Rock, on Spec Rock, 2 items in Hera, and whatever's on the green pendant.
And there's only one other thing that's in logic at this point in the light world, and that is Agina. So we are going to see Synack following suit right now on this what seems to be a linear seed, and it's now turning into a little more of a frostier seed as well.
Synack is going to be so disappointed that this is not a true Ice Rod Hunt seed.
He'll get over it. And arrows on top of Spectacle Rock, we know we're not going to go for that. And inside Spectacle Rock, 20 rupees, we know we're not going to go for that as well.
What would be...
So we find our 5-6 over...
We get a Dark World check.
Yep, 5-6 is turning out to be over at Turtle Rock and Thieves Town, and the other pendant was Swamp Palace, wasn't it?
Ice Palace, I believe.
Oh, Ice Palace, that's right.
Well, nice to get the big key early, because we don't exactly have the hook shot for Herapot, but that's one item right there, so just have to hope that the second item is not in the basement.
What's wrong with it being in the basement?
Depends how much you like coffee.
Sure, go ahead, sign me up.
At this hour?
There's a reason why the convenience store is still open.
Oh, well, there's our second item, moot point. We can skip the big chest, we can skip the basement, go straight to Moldorm for that green pendant.
So now the question is, where is the progression? Because now we have 2 options.
Yeah, and with that tempered sword, this should be a short fight, 1 spin and 1 slash.
Well, there's the 1 slash after the spin. And Moldorm is down for SirLinkalot, picks up the small key, gets the green pendant. So now we have 3 options. I know it said 2 options in logic right now. That means the light world. We can go to Agina. Or we can go to Sahashwala. Or we can go visit everyone's favorite wizard.
It is looking like an Agaseed. I was thinking what would be fascinating is if, like, Mitz or Hammer are on Sick Kid, and that bottle on Zoroledge, if you sequence break and get it, you can avoid Aga.
Well, SirLinkalot's about to turn in this green pendant, and Synack is finishing off with the Moldorm fight. And we are going to see what is over here at the green pendant turn-in at Hashwala. You didn't need to do the Tower of Hera unless the pedestal is needed.
That was a dud. That was very much a dud. So do you go to Aegina, or do you just swallow your pride? Sir Link is going to Aegina. And Synack realized he just respawned in the wrong place.
Yeah, I think he might be trying to figure somewhere to go, but he can't get that from here. And ladies and gentlemen, Synack is going to be the first to pull the trigger on the Aghanim requirement. So that means while we see Synack going up to the tower, we can go ahead and make a few guesses on the blue ball contents that we are going to see on the stream.
And meanwhile, that was just $50 on Desert Ledge, not that we can get to it, but hey, Sir Link doesn't have to come back looking for it. So Rick, how nice or not nice a seed do you think it's going to be today for blue balls?
9.
That bad. We actually had a 0 the other day, you know.
We have an Aghanim required seed.
If either the Mitz or the Hammer are on Sick Kid, though, I'm going to laugh.
I'm still saying 9.
I'm thinking 2.
Has the seed been nice to these runners at all? I mean, it gave them obvious Aga requirement early on, so there's nothing about this seed that's going to play nice with them at all.
You know, if we were on Speed Gaming Deutsch and you said 9, that would be 0 blue balls.
Fine, who's going to be right? Is it going to be my broadcast partner, Drossi, or is it going to be me?
Hey,
I'm not guessing 15, at least.
Our tracker Mindful Beast went for 10, and shout out to him for doing a great job tracking. You know, this is a really fast-moving seed, literally and figuratively, given the boots.
Synack learning the hard way that the sword does not reach that long. But we'll go ahead and do the boomerang and the hot strand against the guard right there, the red guard, to get him the key drop.
But boy, is it nice going through here with that tempered sword.
I will always let Synack remind Synack of, by the way, of how my Flutter Sword 6 Heart Aga Tower was. Spoiler key sanity next week. Well, when we say next week, we mean in 2 weeks, after the bye week.
To answer chat, yes, there is a set stun prize. It is randomized. But yes, if you stun an enemy that isn't like dropping a key or has some other special drop, there is a set prize for it.
All right, now we get over here. There's 1. Goodbye, 0. There's 2. There's 3.
You've cursed them.
I did nothing. I know how Synack's bot works. It torments him.
Well, you'd think you could fix the bot then.
There was not a blue ball. We're not
Okay,
going
we
to get
won't-
the epic 15.
We're not going to get more than 7.
Not there. So if we can go perfect here, it's just going to be 3. No, 4.
Yeah, so this is an energy ball, and then we can get up to 3 more blue balls before we have to get an energy ball.
There it is, right there. If you guessed 3,
4.
you were incorrect. If you guessed 4, you were correct. What are we going to get on the pyramid ledge?
So congrats to subpar chess player.
That is not what we were looking for. Now, I would go... well, you only have 2 options at this point. You can go to Catfish, or you can go into the Palace of Darkness. Well, Synack's going to go with the Catfish direction. I would go with the Palace of Darkness right away because of the fact that nothing came out of the bow in Eastern.
Yeah, and you have
Oh,
that
he
bow-
needs rupees. That's why.
Oh, right.
And you just left 20 behind. Synack, you need that 20. And you lost it.
Oof. While Sir Link does barely have enough rupees for Kiki, but he better not get hit while he has Kiki.
Synack better hope that Catfish can give him a loan.
I don't actually know what the stun prize is. Is it rupees or...
Catfish says, here's your piece of heart, and Synack's gonna have to go for a loan somewhere else.
Now, with Aga beaten and the runners in possession of the mirror, they do respawn on the pyramid if they save and quit in the Dark World.
So it might be a good time for Synack to do a hula hand strat.
Yes, and this isn't where you do a hula hand.
No, he's gonna go to Agina right now.
Ah.
And of course he leaves 2 rupees behind, because why not?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hula hand would have been a good idea, especially with the glove. You can just go to the graveyard.
Oh! Okay, he just walks right by it. That's what he's doing. He's going to the desert farm.
Yeah, hula hand would have been a wee bit quicker. And meanwhile, Sir Link found half magic in Pod.
Which means this is a guaranteed bow requirement. Let's see where Synack goes after this, and this will give SirLinkalot the searching advantage once again. And Synack's going back in for one more round, probably to give himself enough rupees for the the Village of Outcasts is what I mean to say.
Hey, and there are those flippers, so...
Which puts that bottle in logic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious now if there's something on Sick Kid.
There's that 50 rupees just laughing at Synack right now. So, because we have already found 2 non-small keys in the first area of the Palace of Darkness, SirLinkalot knows that was going to be a key down there with the Staphos.
And he knows he can skip the vanilla big key chest because that would also be a small key, and it would just be a key for a key.
Absolutely. So now Synack is going to be, with rupees in hand, now finally going to be making his way over towards the Dark World. A little bit of a routing convenience, although Synack right now lost a bit of time due to the rupee issue. He's going to be able to lump together that green Pentaturnant at Sahasrahla together with the Palace of Darkness. And more money for those who don't have it already in the red mail. That's already 4 of our items here in the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, I'm thinking the flippers might be that progression, though. And if the only thing that gets us is bottle, well then, sick kid.
Oh my god. This is a disgusting forced direction path that's going to be the case. There's the big key, where the big key had to be at that point, because we knew Harmless Hellway, because of the keys, was going to be a key for a key. And we find, oh, there we go.
Okay, progression.
So SirLinkalot is going to do a save and quit. However, he's going to find the same problem that Synack did. And, well, you're going to start on the pyramid. But is this going to be checking catfish on the way? Now, with the flippers in hand, he can go ahead and grab that blue goo and have it for a check of the sick kid when he goes to the Dark World over at the Village of Outcasts.
So luckily for Synack, he's gonna gain back some of the time he lost going around getting money as Sir Link goes to find a piece of heart on catfish.
But right now, SirLinkalot still will have the searching advantage. As we will see the piece of heart, and then SirLinkalot will grab that blue potion.
I would certainly assume so. I still want hammer on sick kid.
Why?
So that I can laugh about if the runners had somehow had the foresight to store a water walk when they first came up here. They could have grabbed that bottle and skipped Aga 1.
Well, that would have been nice. And now, thankfully, Synack is going to be continuing deeper into this dungeon, except... Okay, well, he's going to get a key here. But he's going to have to remember to go to the Staffos room when it's time to actually beat this dungeon. Now, one thing I'm surprised SirLinkalot did not do is check King's Tomb, but he might be saving that for when he checks the Graveyard Ledge coming up. And so, SirLinkalot getting into the Dark World at the Village of Outcast portal. And he's going to head north into Skull Woods. Ooh. Looks like Synack is setting up a bomb jump coming up here. Or not.
I think he just didn't count the keys. And the Terrapins have him surrounded.
Yeah, he's got red mail, though, so they're not going to really hurt that much. If you have green mail, then you're in a situation where they do 1 heart of damage, but when you have red mail, it's not that difficult. So Synack will get the Titan's Mitt. He will make his way over to the Dark World at the Village of Outcast real soon, but we probably will not see him going to get that bottle.
Yeah, that is an orphaned item for him.
So if you're cheering on Got Good and SirLinkalot, you want to see the sick kid have a required item.
Hammer, hammer. And so far, we've just seen keys here in Skullwoods.
I can see where your allegiance is.
I mean, I wanted it well before anything of this sort happened. I wanted it while they were still in the light world. And okay, that is all the keys we can possibly get in Skullwoods, both big and small. Watch the map and the compass be in this chest and the big chest.
Now, unfortunately, Synack has not counted his items well enough because he's got 5 items so far of this Palace of Darkness and is going to be checking this, which is a little more time lost. And Ether in the big chest.
That was a bit of a wild goose chase, but that ether could be useful, both Mire and Turtle Rock are crystals tonight.
All right, so we're gonna see what we need or what we have over at the Bumper Cave for SirLinkalot right now, and it turns out to be 10 arrows that does not interest SirLinkalot at this point in time. Next stop is going to be the Graveyard Ledge into King's Tomb.
And then he'll have to double back to the Village of Outcasts. Meanwhile, Synack is doing King's Tomb at almost exactly the same time, but he will be orphaning Graveyard Ledge.
Hammer! So much for that hammer on Sick Kid.
I guess so. But since King's Tomb is locked by either Mitts or Dark World access, and since Mitts were in the Dark World, that means it was very much an Agaseed.
Yeah, there was no way around it at this point in time, and it's just 20 rupees at the Graveyard Ledge, so Synack getting a little bit of good news, or at least a little bit of good news for Synack. Unless he decides he's going to go back over in that direction at some point in time. Synack seeing nothing he wants to do inside of Skull Woods at this time. Time to go do the Village of Outcasts. Let's start with a chess game.
Hey, gets his money back.
So don't forget, if you are cheering on SirLinkalot, you want to see Sick Kid have something required. We'll see that check coming up shortly, but first, Synack is heading into Thieves' Town.
While SirLink just picks up some more vampire skewers in the C-shaped house.
And Synack will go ahead and bonk again. We're going to have to talk to him about his bonking skills, but I'm one to talk because I bonk more than I need to.
And so far, the front of Thieves has been coming up empty, and one of the 2 remaining chests will be the big key.
Are you sure this isn't sudden key sanity?
Hey, you never know until you find it. Okay, there it was, nice and vanilla. But yeah, that was a big 20 and 3 dungeon items.
First 4 with only 1 item. Good thing that we found the hammer before we came in here.
Yeah, that'll make us able to finish Pod, though I think we know that Helma has to have a dungeon item.
Yep.
So no rush to go back there. We can do the front half of Swamp. Vanilla Hookshot, anyone?
But we also have a whole bunch of things we can check up on Death Mountain.
Also true with Mirror plus Hammer.
Plus the mids give you 3 more items.
Heck, we might even have access to TR with that Ether Medallion.
Yeah, but we still need to add that Cane of Samaria first. Where do you think the next progression is going to be?
I'm gonna guess Hype Cave just because of item density down here, but could well be on Death Mountain. I'm hoping Hype Cave. I'm sure the runners will also do the smith chain while they're in the neighborhood.
Well, we didn't have to worry about the hammer. However, that means that this dungeon was hammer blocked.
It also means Blind has our final item. And let's see how Synack does with the blind script here. Oh, he was trying to make the colors go weird, but it didn't work.
Well, things did get a little dark, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the plaid effect.
Oh, I know.
I've only seen that actually done a couple of times. Okay, gets a bit off script, but has enough hearts to make it.
And Blind drops a piece of heart, so therefore we have our second crystal going to the bomb squad, but OpGood got good. Going to be picking up their second crystal in just a moment as well.
Kind of unorthodox strats there by Sir Link. I haven't seen that particularly. Also gets decidedly off script, but has enough hearts to get Blind down.
Yeah, when you have 8 hearts in red mail, you're not super worried about the scriptness of the blind fight at that stage. Well, let's go ahead and check to see what we have inside of the brewery.
One bomb for 3 bombs.
And now here's the more important check. It is Sick Kid time for SirLinkalot. And SirLinkalot gets a bloomerang for that bottle. So therefore the bottle that Synack is missing out on from the Hylia Edge, or the Zorl Edge rather, is not going to cost him at this point.
What do you mean? The bloomerang's an auto win.
I don't see you determining wins and losses based on who has a boomerang.
I can rewrite the league doc right now if you want.
I'm going to appeal to Fear Agent.
I mean, who needs true Ice Rod Hunt when you can have true Bloomerang Hunt?
You can have your Bloomerang Hunt all you want. Just, I'm opting out.
Anyway, going back to Synack's side, we are seeing hammer pegs. And Sir Link is going to be right behind on that.
Unnecessary 10 arrows.
And what's the Smith got? More bombs!
And so now we're going to see Synack taking the purple chest. OpGood, SirLinkalot's going to be doing that in just a few moments as well. And we'll go all the way over towards Hype Cave and then to turn in the purple chest.
And unfortunately, without powder, we can't do Magic Bat while we're here.
So we're going to head on over here to Stumpy first for Synack. Trying to remember to take the chest with him.
I don't think it matters.
Gets a piece of heart from Stumpy. I think he just wanted to get away from the bushes.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because the bushes will respawn. That makes sense.
And just 20 rupees inside of the Haunted Grove Cave.
So unless the purple chest has something, the whole Smith chain has been a bust, but it was right there, and it makes perfect sense that our runners are doing it.
Yeah, you're in the area. You might as well do it for routing efficiency.
And after the purple chest, if Hype Cave doesn't have it, I think we're going up Death Mountain. Oh, and Synack is going to check Hype Cave first. I like this routing.
Yeah, this is the kind of case where if you don't have the purple chest fake out. Oh, well.
I told you progression in Hype Cave.
Yeah, there's the bottle, and there's bombos. And golden sword.
So we're in pretty good shape. We really just need the cane, the fire rod, and the hook shot. And hope that neither of our medallion requirements are Quake.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and see what the purple chest turns into for Synack first. And then after that, time to save and quit and activate the flute. Hook shot!
Okay, Smith's chain, totally worth it.
And we're going to be going and doing an about face here as it's time to do Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that is full clearable and has 6 items.
And it looks like SirLinkalot's going to be trailing Synack into here as well. So we could be at the minimum 2 items away from go mode.
Now remind me where Sir Link got that ether. I remember it was somewhere.
Big chest of Skull Woods.
Ah, right. So someplace Synack's going to wind up eventually, but he might not wind up there immediately, and if he gets locked out of Mire or Turtle Rock as a result, that could change the trajectory of the game.
Right now, we're just one real move away from changing the trajectory of this run. So right now, 50 minutes into this run, Opt got good. Sitting at 0-5 so far into the season, would love to pick up their first win of this league. The Bomb Squad hoping to even out their record at 3-3. Interesting seed so far that's really have not allowed a lot of separation for both of these runners. Now we get to see whether or not these runners know anything about the diver down, even without the cane of Samaria. Wall kicks one of the team members of Opt Got Good, mentioning that he doesn't think that Sir Link knows about the diver down. We'll find out in just a few moments. Looks like Synack is going to be opening up the door, and it does look like he's going to be doing the diver down coming up here for the west side of left side swamp. Or nope, he's just going to undo the blocks here and get the key the normal way, whereas SirLinkalot is going straight to the back.
We haven't seen any dungeon items yet, right?
Well, we did see 20 rupees, and I want to say, was that a compass that we saw in the south map room or the compass room?
Oh, well, if it was a
remember.
compass in the compass chest, then there's got to be an item on the left side. Guess we'll find out from Synack.
Well, there's the map and the second shield.
Which is actually the third shield because we turned down the first shield when we drained the dam.
By the way, being told that it was a bomb pack.
Okay,
Wait a second.
but so
So that
Synack
shield
went
was the
here.
second item.
Yeah, so Synack went here not knowing, but with Sir Link having gotten the map, we know that there will be at least one item over here.
Well, we know there's going to be the big key at the very, very least. And a piece of heart. All right, well, let's see what SirLinkalot pulls out of here. Having Butter Sword, this is going to make things a whole lot easier for SirLinkalot. 2 spins, or we're just going to go ahead and freeze him. There we go. And the compass, which means Synack's about to find an item inside of this big chest. And it's the Quake.
Okay, so now the medallion requirements are going to be really interesting. Though I have to imagine Sir Link will go back and he knows he's left 2 items.
There he goes right now, going back inside as Synack will finish off for this dungeon.
So Sir Link will have a full coin collection and knows he just needs Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria after this.
Whereas Synack doesn't have the ether. We know where it is. It's inside of the big chest of Skull Woods. Synack trying to do the hookshot duplicate for the hearts. He did pull 1 off to get 2 hearts instead of 1. Good trick to know. But I think after you're done with this, you go up the mountain because there's a whole lot of items over there on that right-hand side.
Well, you probably activate the flute first.
Well, yeah, you do that first, but then you head up the mountain.
I wonder, though, if either runner will check Mire area, because if by some strange chance Kane is in Mire area, they could then clear Mire.
I think you see a better chance of that happening from Synack, because he doesn't have all 3 medallions. Synack finishing off with the Swamp Palace goes back to the light world because you cannot go back to the light world without, or just by doing a save and quit by itself.
As Synack learned the hard way after Catfish.
Actually, both of them, I think, did that.
So he will be activating his flute here. Might also check Sick Kid now that he has his first bottle.
While SirLinkalot is going to be finding the Quake right now to complete his medallion collection. And here's the check for Sick Kid for Synack. And SirLinkalot mirrors his way to the light world, does the save and quit. And we will be activating the flute in just a moment.
After a few words from our sponsors.
Link to the Past Randomizer League is brought to you by nobody. However, sponsorship opportunities are available. Please contact Fear Agent right now at twitch.tv/Fear Agent.
The Fear Agent.
The Fear Agent. Yeah, thank you. And there's the flute to 6 for Synack.
Yeah,
and we will find... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and that looked like Bombos.
That is indeed Bombos to get yourself into Misery Mire. Now inside the Mire shed we find...
Viewers and cash.
Meanwhile, SirLinkalot now is up on Death Mountain.
I'm gonna guess Synack does not dive mire if the cane isn't here in Checkerboard Cave.
Would be an interesting move to make. Of course, the question mark is also whether or not we would find it in Desert Palace. And he pulls out the flute. He is heading up to the mountain as well.
Yeah, if the cane is in Desert Palace or French Vanilla in Mire, I think both of these runners are likely to last location it.
Our container and a piece of heart for SirLinkalot, as Synack will be trailing him up to the mountain at this point.
Of course, nothing says that the cane can't be on Ped.
That all depends on the key layout for Ice Palace. Was that just silvers we just found?
Yes. So Buttersword Silver's
That's a nice
Ganon
one.
with, 12 hearts red mail, blink and you'll miss him. 13 hearts.
SirLinkalot now going into the portal, about ready to check the Dark World portion here. Super Bunny Cave. And there are the silver arrows for Synack. Also getting a piece of heart as well. And for SirLinkalot, it's a 20 rupees and a piece of heart.
More red stuff. So now Hookshot Cave.
And
like
I was going to say, it's going to be interesting that he would check Turtle Rock entry. Because he's already got all three of the medallions.
He wanted to know what was on the island so that if there was something useful there, he could go straight through.
Yep. To which he only found 10 arrows, so that is a hard no. And SirLinkalot bonks his way to getting a piece of heart. And 50 rupees. And 20 rupees. And 100 rupees. Next stop is going to be Spike Cave.
Or Spiral.
Ah, yeah, that one cave.
I mean, Spike Cave's fully in logic. They might do it while they're up here.
So Synack's taking a look at here, and we do have bombos for both, so that ether in Skull Woods, not needed.
And that Quake that they worked so hard to get in Swamp, also not needed.
However, that bombos does open something else in Logic, by the way.
Yes, that is our access into ice.
Pendant ice. The whole pedestal is actually in Logic at this point. Unless the key layout puts a key on Cold Stern, which you need the Cane of Samaria to defeat him.
Well, if the Cane of Samaria turns up, then Fire Rod could still be on Ped.
Yep. Both items we need for Go Mode could still very well be on the pedestal as we go see SirLinkalot checking Spike Cave.
"13 hearts isn't quite enough to just cheese it without an invincibility item, but it sure gets you close."
And so we find bombs right there, and Synack's going to go ahead and start. Is this going to be a flute away? Yes, it is. He's not going to check Spike Cave. So now I think this is where Synack will check Skull Woods. This is going to give a little more time here to SirLinkalot, who's opting to go into Ice Palace.
So this could either be a big brain play or a time sink. 3 items in here, though.
And to answering an inquiry here in chat, is there an item left on Helmstar King? Nope, we have seen all 5 items so far.
It is an interesting play, though, because given all the items in Mire area plus the access to desert, that has more items.
Yeah, but you want to find out whether or not... I mean, you want to be able to do it all in one swoop. So we do see SirLinkalot coming through here, and we will find a small key in the first chest. Meanwhile, Synack will soon find his ether, which, as we now know, does not do anything for him.
And we have to take the bomb jump route here, though actually doing a full clear, I guess without the cane, yeah, you still want a bomb jump, even if you're doing a full clear.
Synack getting a little roughed up here in the Gibdo room, just before the big key chest.
We know this is just going to get him yet another small key.
And now the decision for Synack. Do you flute to 6 or do you flute to 5? Or rather, flute to 8? But first, he's going to check Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, I gotta get back in the habit of actually pulling that tongue. Whereas sometimes when runners do Icebreaker, they pull that tongue even though they don't need to.
It's a hard habit to break. At this point, I think this determines this race, by the way. I think this decision right here from Synack will determine this race.
You mean whether he goes ice or desert after this?
Yeah. Because SirLinkalot is now 2 items out of 3 inside of this Ice Palace. And he is fluting to 6.
So we will find out what's in desert.
I don't think we've seen the big key, did we? No, we haven't. Big key is a nice tea.
That was unfortunate routing.
Yeah, Synack goes and checks to see what we have on the Desert Torch. There's the big key, so we did need to have the boots, which we started with. But you need to have the boots in order to get the big key out of here. One of these 2 are about to get lucky, I think.
Yeah, well, the big key, of course, is going to lead to the small key there. Actually, we haven't seen the map chest yet, so we didn't know that the small key wasn't in the map chest.
Well, that small key, by the way, that means that this is not a Canis Mario blocked Ice Palace, as far as completion is concerned. Fire Rod is a desert!
Okay. So that lets us complete Skull Woods, and somewhere in the back of Skull Woods is the second item.
And red rupee's the third item inside of ice. Canis and Mario's in Desert 2, Synack's in Go mode!
Wow. I have to imagine Sir Link will be going to Desert after this, because what else are his options? But then he'll have to rely on execution to catch up.
And it's hard to come back with execution when you have gold sword and silvers. It's not a done deal at this point, but that is huge for Synack.
I like the synchronized bombos, though.
Oh, I loved it too. And there's that beautiful cold stare kill for SirLinkalot. But all for naught inside of this ice palace. Like, if this wasn't silvers and gold sword, then maybe SirLinkalot gets Synack on the execution aspect, but the gold sword and silvers makes Vitreous a almost zero problem here. And don't forget SirLinkalot's first trip into here, so he's going to be checking Myers Shed and Checkerboard first before going into Desert.
So now the question is Synack gonna get a Godmire here?
He's not.
He is not.
And Synack now heading over here towards what is the start of the left wing. Will he go all the way or just grab the key? He's just going to grab the key. And SirLinkalot now inside of this Desert Palace. He's not that far away from Synack. Like, this is not a done deal at this race. And we'll remind you of that at this stage. Just the map inside of the compass chest inside of Misery Mire, and Synack is going to go check to see what's downstairs, having already seen 2 keys. There's the Fire Rod for SirLinkalot. He will soon get the Cane of Samaria for his Go mode.
So that's Sir Link's Go mode as Synack pulls the vanilla big key.
Yeah. And this is a play because you found 2 small keys already. That meant that big key chest was in logic. And there's the Go mode for SirLinkalot. He's got a little work to do, but we'll see how this goes.
And with that big key location, there's no real way.
We still have several dungeons to finish.
Yeah, we got quick marches to the back of Pod and Skullwoods, though Synack will have to fish a key out of Pod before he can go to the back.
Doesn't he already have a key because of his earlier misadventure heading to the big key chest? The miscount of items?
Oh, did he wind up getting the Stalfos room key?
I believe so.
Okay. Because I remember he skipped it originally. But, yeah, now that you say it, I think he went back for it.
So
You know what the key play was? Skipping the back of Blind's Hut.
Who knew something 7 minutes into this run would be the factor of this race? Actually, I think it was more just the fact that synack didn't get baited by Ice Palace, and I can understand why SirLinkalot made that move. I totally get that why he made that move. That Bombos opened up that possibility. There's the silver arrows for synack to finish off the victorious fight. Gets the heart container as the... Oh, that's Sank Heart too, while we're at it. That's going to save on the fill-up. And no time save here for SirLinkalot. He is going to go and check this chest, just like synack did.
Well, at least he's not going for map chest or anything.
Yeah. He's going to do the same thing that synack did here, as synack heads on over towards Skullwoods to finish that off, and then Palace of Darkness the next stop after that, and then up to Turtle Rock for our finale. And Gold Sword at Mothula. This is going to be a case where there will not be a lot of room for execution time gains.
They should have left in the vanilla behavior where Gold Sword can't damage Moth.
Force him to use the Fire Rod?
Well, they have half magic.
Right, but force him to use the Fire Rod.
Or Hammer.
How good is your hammer,
sounds
Blind?
painful.
How good is your hammer, Mothula?
Absolutely awful. How's yours?
Mediocre.
So we're gonna be a full boss apart at this point.
Let's see how this ends up going. Tracy M., who's another one of our great commentators here with the league, mentioning about how you had to use the Fire Rod. That's how I used to think that you had to do it as a kid. I didn't realize that sword gave you the potential of killing it faster. Of course, then again, I always did it crystals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then into GT.
Yeah, I figured out relatively early that it was better to do 4 before 3, but yeah, I think I used the Fire Rod on Moth too. I also thought you could only hit the second phase of Helma with the bow.
I always thought you only had to do the first phase of Helma with the bombs.
That's what Nintendo Power said.
And then they charged you $15 for the player's guide.
Which I recently dug up my copy of on a visit to my parents.
Mine is sitting at South Carolina. Long story, and it has nothing to do with this race. And synack now flutes to 5, so a full dungeon behind synack going to the portal. Thank you. SirLinkalot now will probably be doing the same thing. If he flutes to 5, it may look like it's a little closer than it really is, but it just comes down to that Skullwoods pick up here. But he is going to do Skullwoods first and then do the Palace of Darkness, finish that off. So it's according to John Flip Zusa, who was keeping track for us, a 3-minute and 12-second lead here for synack at this point.
Will he perform Stars and Stripes Forever in chat?
Nintendo Power says to use supers on Phantoon and Super Metroid. Yeah, how well did that work?
It could be a GT basement routing difference, you know, if it's something crazy like SirLink does Dark Magician and synack does the
Yeah.
standard routing and it's in Compass Room.
Yeah, this race is not done and over with. SirLinkalot may end up getting luckier in GT. I mean, we could end up having right-hand side big key in the Compass Room, and synack gets that as number 21, whereas SirLinkalot gets it as number 6 or something like that.
Again, we'll see more or less one crystal apart here.
It also depends on where you feel that you're behind. Now, SirLinkalot probably feels like he's behind because of the Ice Palace play that didn't work out for him. All right. Turtle Room here for synack. Almost gets them all on the first flip, but 5 out of 6, that's not bad. And a not bad Mothula for SirLinkalot, finishing him off, and now is about ready to make his way to the Palace of Darkness, where synack is about ready to face off against the Helmasaur King. How many hammer hits do we need to do with this mask?
17.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then there's 17. And you're not going to pull out silvers for this fight because it's just 2 gold sword slashes, and we've got a game that we are not going to play just yet because we got Turtle Rock still to do.
Jumping the gun a bit, are you?
Yes, I am.
Fun fact about Helmasaur, it is the 9th hammer hit that chips off the second piece of his mask.
All right, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 5 possible locations in Turtle Rock where the big key can be. Put a number between 1 and 5 and tell me where you think the big key is going to be. I'm seeing a lot of 4s.
I think it would be awesome if Mimic Cave were logically part of Turtle Rock and the big key could be there.
I'm sorry, I don't think Shaq's Tool has the Turtle Rock big key this time around. Oh, synack just barely got through that hole right there. I thought he was going to bonk into that dead rock. So what are we going to give the winner of the Turtle Rock Big Key guessing game?
Their own pet Hokuboku.
Oh my goodness. Oh, do we have enough room in the budget for that?
I would worry more about whether they have room in their house for it. I mean, have you seen those things bounce around?
Yes, I have. Better have a tall house in that case. One. If you guessed 1, you're the winner. Enjoy your prize.
It is the loneliest big key.
This is not a Three Dog Night song. Alewood 456 was the person to guess it. Enjoy your prize. Thank you.
Yes, I guess we won't find out what's on PED until the credits.
Well, this is a convenient key star here to this Turtle Rock.
Yeah, if we somehow get another key on Chain Chomp, we can steal the key from the Hokuboku and go mode the rest of the dungeon.
You know, I never really thought of that, yeah.
It's not something you see very often.
Yeah. Wonder if either of these runners would actually think of that if they do get that key there. But instead, it's just a piece of heart, so we're not going to worry about it.
So now we're just going to be in the usual situation where the runners will be hoping that the 2 remaining keys are not in Lava Chest and Big Chest.
Yeah, that could be a thing. The 1 in 21 possibility.
I think it's less than that. The number people always quote me is 2.5%. Someday I'll work out the math.
83.
42.
Okay, fine.
Oh, Synack is not taking any chances here. This is interesting. So he's protecting against that chance. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, the wise move here. I mean... And there's a small key right there.
So he has saved himself a trip to Laser Bridge. So given that that paid off, Sir Link needs to do the same thing or he'll lose even more time. Synack, do you realize you have enough keys?
Well, let's hope so before he does the laser bridge.
So Synack is 2 rooms away from Trinex here. Ooh, just barely avoids locking himself out and having to do the switch all over again. So now, Rick, why don't you tell our...
Not yet. We gotta beat Trinex first.
Well, you can tell them about it, they just can't play it.
I want Trinex exploding before we go ahead and talk about that.
Fine.
I mean, this isn't going to be a stressful fight, but if something happens, then we're talking about this and having to just stall. SirLinkalot's going to head and gamble.
We'll find out.
And now Trinex is exploding. And now, if our tracker's ready to hit the command... If our tracker is ready to hit the command... Ladies and gentlemen, that was you, Drosy. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 22 possible locations on where the big key is going to be located. Pick a number between 1 and 22 and tell us where you think the big key of Ganon's Tower is going to be.
And amazingly, I didn't get sniped on my guess of 10, which I almost always get sniped on. What's your guess, Rick?
Well, you see, I guessed this number earlier, and it didn't turn out to be right.
9.
So I'm going to guess it again. 9.
And get your guesses in quickly because we are almost inside GT, at which point we will stop the game.
All right, and there's the small key right there on Laser Bridge. The bottom chest. And Synack now.
All told, cost him a bit more time.
Yeah. Small, there's a single rupee, there's a big key, number 2! And wisely, Synack does know that he has to go pull up a small key so that way he can climb this tower. There's our book. Now we can see what's on the pedestal.
So congratulations to Kragon.
Woohoo! Congratulations, Kragon. You scored 31 nice points here. This is a beautiful, fast kill for Trinex for SirLinkalot.
And now it is indisputably Synack's game to lose.
Yeah, you don't have to. We're not playing the game of GT routing at this stage.
And if Sir Link does Dark Magician, that'll just cost him more time. So let's hope he goes straight to Hope Room.
And now SirLinkalot making his way over to Ganon's tower. As Synack climbs the tower and gets ready to go on to what we call the Gauntlet. Multiple forced clear rooms where you have to showcase your skills, your combat skills. Now, hopefully Synack remembers the fact that he's only got 8 arrows. There we go. That feels a little bit better at 13 as opposed to 8. I will say that he would love to have this third room back. And SirLinkalot is going to go right straight to the right-hand side. He will get that big key as well.
Hey, it would have been number 1 if you guessed on him. He does remember he needs a small key before he goes upstairs. He is going to finish this race illiterate.
Oh, both of these runners are going to. I mean, that's all right. And we have ourselves a Lambo 2 that gets away. Gold Sword, you can go ahead and take down each of the Lambos by way of your Gold Sword.
So we're about a floor and a half apart from each other.
131.41 for Synack going up to the 5th floor as SirLinkalot trying to deal with the mimics here on floor number 3.
And Sir Link just uses the cape there, doesn't want to waste any time.
By the way, if you're looking for more here of the Link to the Past Randomizer League, well, we still have one more race going on this evening over in the Open League, featuring IB Karma versus Verts. It's over on the ALTTPR League. And that's currently in progress, about half an hour into that race. The next of the Invitational Leagues will be tomorrow, as Linlin then faces off against Kermit at 8:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:10 a.m. Pacific, and if you're over in Central European, it's 2:10 p.m.
And that game will also be featuring a German restream, so if you speak German or want to practice your German, you can watch that on Speed Gaming Deutsch as well.
And we have plenty of other races going on here in the leagues coming up over the next few days. And don't forget, Saturday morning kicks off Speed Gaming Live 2020 here on Speed Gaming, as well as Speed Gaming 2 with the marathon beginning next week.
And you can see many of these same runners competing in the ALTTPR tournament there, with a total of $2,300 or so in cash prizes for just that tournament.
Yeah, do !SG Live for more information about that as we continue on here. We see Synack facing off against the AGA 2.
And down goes AGA. And down goes Moldorm 2. In goes Ganon. In goes Synack.
So Ganon asking the eternal question about why is he surrounded by these incompetent fools, as Synack gives him 6 sword slashes per each round. Of course, he's giving him a lot of bonus hits.
I wonder, okay, I was gonna say, I didn't think he quite got enough after Phase 2 started, but got one more, and now we're on Phase 3.
Dealing with the Ganon warps here, which is going to be the same for both of these runners. By the way, if you hadn't been keeping up with the SG Live mode, the mode that they're doing here is going to be the open boots as opposed to these boots that we are doing here in this week's form, the casual boots.
So Synack both missed the first arrow on Ganon and in the process missed the torch glitch.
Just going to be taking a little extra time here as SirLinkalot heads on over to the Ganon fight. Still not done just yet. And there's going to be the 4th and final arrow for Synack, and Team the Bomb Squad will be winning their 3rd in a row to even out the record at 500. Get your GGs in the chat for Synack, who will be crossing the line first of these 2 runners.
And he crosses with an official race time of 1:36.13. As Sir Link works his way through the Ganon fight, so we're just gonna wait until they're both done and get them both in here. Sir Link's already on Phase 3. Yeah, he certainly closed a lot of that 3-minute gap that he had earlier. On to Phase 4. He gets the arrow in time and gets the torch glitch.
And now 4 arrows to try to finish off this job right now. There's 2. Gets him over here. Gets 3. And 4. Well, I guess I miscounted. There we go.
Well, he got one before the lights went out.
I can count to 4.
Puts you ahead of King Arthur.
Anyway, Synac's official time on racetime.gg was 1:36.13. SirLinkalot's time was 1:37.31. Get your GGs in the chat for both of these runners, and we'll get them both in here for some post-race talk in just a moment.
Okay, let's see about getting them in here. I see Synack in the waiting room. Haven't heard from Sir Link, so in the meantime, we have our winner Synack with us. GG.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, Synack, we're going to have to talk to you about a few things when we come back from break, including things having to do with Blind's Hut. Drosy, tell him about it.
Yeah, did you notice that there was this nice wall you had bombed out in the back of Blind's hut?
Oh. Oops.
Well, number one, you're glad that it wasn't anything, but you know those
Oh my
50
goodness.
those 50 total rupees, the 20 that was in the chest plus the 30 under the pods probably would have been nice to have.
Yeah, that actually would have kept me from doing a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff after Aga. Yeah, because oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. A butterfly flaps in the forest, and you don't have enough rupees for Kiki.
But the funny thing is, if you had done that, you would have probably wound up going straight to pod after Ag, taken the same routing as Sir Link, had all 3 medallions, not felt the need to check Meyer, and might not have wound up in desert as soon.
I guess, yeah, that could have happened. I don't know.
So, yeah, you want to know the big winning play of this seed?
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry?
Do you want to know the big winning play of this seed as we welcome SirLinkalot into the discussion? GG?
GG, Synack.
Was it the absolutely loaded desert?
Yeah, you chose desert. SirLinkalot chose ice. We knew one of you two at that point was about to get real lucky, and little did we know that both items for Go Mode were in Desert Palace.
See, because like the sane thing would have been maybe like one of the items was in one dungeon, maybe the other item was in another. That actually would have kind of kept things competitive, but actually probably would have cost SirLink a lot to win because of my rupee management. So like I screwed up my rupee management. So apparently I bombed out the wall and these in the Blind's hideout, but I never got any of the rupees in there, including that chest. So that put me short on rupees for Kiki. So I had to go and farm rupees.
Yeah, and we were kind of surprised you didn't just Houlihan at that point.
Oh, I probably could have done that. Yeah, I didn't have flippers yet. Oh.
But you had the glove.
I didn't even think about it, honestly.
We thought maybe you were just trying to get close to Agena and check him while you were at it, which you did.
Nope.
Not that he had anything.
See, when you're watching me play, always attribute like weird plays to me being dumb, not necessarily me trying to galaxy brain anything. Just keep that in mind. It's just my MO. Like,
Well, we should make this as pretty much as our mantra for this team. How the did we win this?
I got really I got lucky. SirLinkalot should have won this one just because of like just how badly I managed my rupees. I have had some pretty terrible execution. You're probably gonna see my bonk count. It's probably gonna be in the high double digits.
Oh, good. So rattling mine.
Yeah, I don't play very much nowadays. I just don't have time. So yeah, I'm rusty.
So, what were your thoughts about the seed, SirLinkalot?
I guess the early part sucked because Aga. I mean, I kind of felt it was going to be Aga as soon as what happened in Kakariko. It's like, hey, here's Master Sword, Blamp, basically everything. I'm just like, I was tempted after getting Green Pennant to actually just run Aga and not even care about anything else and be like, I've got the mirror. I'll just check Green Pennant on the way because I have a feeling it's already an Aga seed. And I probably should have done that, but Other than that, the seed didn't really feel that bad. Other than when you had all the items, you kind of had. It's like, hey, choose a pendant dungeon. Which one do you want to do? It's like I don't have Samaria, so I can't Icebreaker. But it's like I've done so many seeds where Samaria's been in Ice Palace. I'm just like I'm doing Ice Palace. Desert Palace is probably the better play, but I feel like something's in Ice Palace at that point. But
Yeah, and it's not the wrong play to make. It was just unfortunate that there was nothing of quality inside of that dungeon.
40. Oh, I was close.
41. Wow.
I should have bonked one more time.
Let's see how the collection rates stack up. I'm guessing because of Ice or Link will have a slightly higher collection rate.
I'm guessing you did Hope Room. SirLinkalot first, or in GT.
Yep, I started with Hope Room.
It was
had to go grab the pot.
It was a pretty awesome GT.
Yeah, there's going to be one little difference here as far as the account's concerned as well. SirLinkalot also did gamble on the key and wound up having to go to Laser Bridge for the final small key.
I've been spurned so many times. Plus, I figure at that point, it's a good safety check. I mean, all right, so this was a pretty safe seed. It was a pretty comfy seed. It's like, you got like your blanket, you can just like cozy up, like maybe turn on the space heater if it's a little cold, and just like enjoy in comfort this seed. Like, you weren't really in much danger, honestly. It was pretty front loaded with safeties.
Yeah,
I still like grabbing that midpoint just as like a checkpoint halfway through the dungeon, just in case I derp up.
I was mentioning towards the back portion that the seed being very, very nice with the combat stuff in regards to the gold sword and the silvers kind of made it a little better for synack because of the evening out of execution.
Yeah, up until that point, SirLink was generally executing better, and then, once you guys were both OP, well, then you both got good.
Sorry, I didn't bomb the chest, Fred.
We will be looking for a new teammate on the bomb squad at some point with that discovery.
Probably for the best.
So, as we get ready to head into the break for next week with SG Live, with week 4 coming up the week of November 16th, that's going to be the spoiler key sanity. And are you looking forward to that mode or no? I'll start with SirLinkalot.
I like that mode. I'm not the one that runs it typically. I know last season I was the pilot for both of them, and I believe that's what we're doing again this season. So I like reading the spoiler log basically as quickly as possible and having to do it kind of on the fly and not having any time to study it makes it even better.
And Synack, you last year was the pilot for both of the co-op, the spoiler key sanities. Have you given any thought to how you want to do this next or in week 4?
I'll plop the details in our group DM, but I'm suspecting that I'm wrong. I feel, I don't know. I don't mind playing, or I don't know. We'll talk about it. I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out in due time. So, Opt Got Good next in week number 4 has to deal with Pug Trio and the spoiler key sanity.
Ooh, good luck.
And the bomb squad will have the We Are the Imposters.
What team was that?
A0, Waterloo, and Hitsuen.
All right, I'm a little scared of Hitsu.
We all are.
And I believe A0 was the one who defeated Futon to give Pug Trio their first loss earlier today, in fact.
I wouldn't doubt it.
With that being said, any final thoughts from either of you? Getting anything you're looking forward to in weeks 4 through 7 of this league? Are you looking forward to the break next week, or are you going to be completely busy with SG Live?
Oh wait, we have a break next week. That's a
There's
joke.
there's no
gonna
yeah.
There's no
I'm,
break for me.
I'm gonna be busy because I'm in the Link to the Past and Final Fantasy 1 randomizers next week, so I've got plenty of races that I'm dealing with next week already.
Yeah, that's a pretty good share of them. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck to you, SirLinkalot. Do
Thanks.
well.
Yeah. I'll be rooting for you.
And Synack, you're going to be doing a lot of things for us G Live as well, but more on the back end with the bot stuff.
Oh yeah, the bots. Well, we'll have. I'm feeling pretty good about the bot working correctly. It works in my local machine, so it's clearly going to work in production, right? It's how this stuff works, right?
Well, we hope so. I mean, you've already had it working pretty well for for the league so far.
I mean, people just stopped breaking it. That's what happened.
Drosy, why are you breaking it?
People finally learned that you just.
I
have to
didn't
type,
break it today. It worked
Today,
swimmingly
he
to set up this
says.
race.
It's ! League race. That's it. You don't type anything else after that. You don't need to type anything. Just league race. We finally got that figured out after week 3.
Certainly don't want to generate a seed from last season.
We've had our fair share of those.
Yeah, our apologies to the French Canadians who are in the Open League this year.
But yes, it does seem to overall be working quite well with how Sahasra bot nicely sets up all these races automatically.
Honestly, it was fun to write. It's more fun than my day job. I'll say that. Apologize to anybody that knows me for my day job.
Oh boy. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up here as we've come to a conclusion of this seed. The Bomb Squad improves to 3-3, and Got Good goes to 0-6 after this race here. And best of luck to SirLinkalot and the rest of Got Good as we move throughout the continuation of the League Season 3. GG's to both of you.
And I guess that'll do it here. Thanks again to our tracker, Mindful Beast. This was a rather busy seed with a lot of items, so we really appreciate you keeping on top of it. And thanks to my co-com, Rick. It was a pleasure as always.
Absolutely. It's always fun getting to commentate with you, Drosy. And don't forget, if you want more, we still have that race over on the ALTTPR League that's in progress right now. And also, we have the race tomorrow morning, 8:10 a.m. So, Drosy, I'm going to let you say the final word, but give me 30 seconds, okay?
Okay. Yes, something is coming up right now. I don't know what, but it should be quite a surprise, so stick around for the next 30 seconds and have
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have something coming up here. So let's go ahead and end things off here. Thank you to everybody. GG's to both SirLinkalot as well as Synack. And we'll see you again for more Link to the Past Randomizer League tomorrow morning, 8:10 a.m. Eastern, here on Speed Gaming.
SGL Hype.